Welcome to our Christmas kitchen. It's my pleasure to introduce myself. I'm Linda Skop. I am on the board of the Conservation Society and I love Christmas. This year was my year to plan the Christmas party at the Steve's. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, we've had to cancel the in-person event. So I brought my Pepsi, which is something I need to cook with, and I'm going to show you how to make the famous salmon that we always have at the Steve's Christmas party. I'm going to start with a brine. Brining makes any meat more tender, more juicy. So we're going to start out with a cup of brown sugar. And then we're going to add 6 tablespoons of salt. And then we're going to use this weird looking thing for those of you who don't know. This is ginger. And you often peel it when you're putting it in a recipe, but in this case we're going to throw the ginger out. So I just cut it up in pieces and put it in the pot. We're also going to add 3 bay leaves. I believe there's a tree out in front of the Steve's house if anybody needs to stop by and get one. That's what they look like. And then finally we're going to add allspice. Allspice looks like peppercorns, and in fact it kind of is. My trick is to this lovely bag, take this and pound the allspice until you get it broken in little pieces. So then we're going to add a cup and a half of water and bring that all to a boil. So once it's come to a boil, we're going to let it cool, and then we're going to take our salmon fillet and put it in a pan and begin to brine it. So this will stay here for at least 24 hours. Okay, so we're back. It's 24 hours later. Time flies when you're having fun, right? So we're going to go to the refrigerator and we're going to take out the salmon that has been brining for 24 hours. And we're going to try to walk over to the sink. We are now going to remove the salmon from the brine. And wash off all of the spices that we put in the brine. So that's why, again, I didn't peel the ginger because it doesn't really matter. One caution, bay leaves will mess your garbage disposal up big time. So make sure you don't put those in the sink. Okay, so I'm punching. We're going to lay the salmon down and give it a little toweling. So we want to make sure that the skin is pretty dry. So what we're going to do right now is coat the non-skin side of the salmon with about 2 tablespoons of honey. I like to use a knife. You can also use a brush to spread the honey around. And then we're going to use the peppercorns. And we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of peppercorns. I like lots. Everybody else seems to too. So we're happy about that. So then we're going to stop. Anyway, so now we're ready to cook the salmon. I have an electric smoker, and so the way that I do it may not necessarily be the way you want to do it. You can also do this with a charcoal grill. The important thing is to soak the hickory chips in water for about 30 minutes before you use either method of cooking. With the electric smoker, I set the temperature to 225 degrees. I like to cook the salmon for about 2 to 2.5 hours. Skip ahead, 2.5 hours later, we've taken our salmon out of the smoker, and I'm putting it on a decorative platter. And I like to, presentation is everything, folks. I like to add some garnish. Okay, so.
Oh.
You see, it's looking Christmassy already. Let's make it a little hollow. Now, you can eat this. Traditionally, we serve it with capers and red onion and cream cheese. You can either use the little party rye bread, which is available at H-E-B this time of year, or you can use crackers. Just to take the cracker, put on the cream cheese, add some salmon, and sprinkle it with the capers and the onions. Merry Christmas, everybody.